got a job for you. He was like, I want that blood. And I was like, whoa. And he drops 10 grand on the table.
I'm getting diddied. Don't say I didn't warn y'all. Tonight, we're visiting a side of TikTok that nobody dares to go to. And I know after hearing that sentence, you might absolutely be trembling. Like, Sean, please don't go, bro. We need you. But what's done is already done. So, you know, I know you guys get a little scared. So I hope you're able to make it to the end of this video. If you do, let me know in the comments. So, and I don't want to hear no lies either, bro. I know some of y'all seen Jay-Z's nose in the last video and were absolutely shaken. But you were in the comments acting like nothing happened. But, you know, let's hope there's not too many close-ups of these celebrities because they are literally chopped cheese, bro. Nobody's trying to see that. But what's even scarier than all these chopped celebrities is the fact that 60% of you guys are not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe for more scary videos. And yeah, thank you.
Someone is all of our scientists. This is now the 11th person who is a distinguished scientist who magically disappears into the night. And nobody knows why. Even our president. But apparently anti-gravity research, propulsion experts, biologists, some of the greatest scientists that America has are just dropping dead. So Michael David Hicks was part of the team helping NASA understand comets and asteroids. That's concerning, considering an asteroid would kill us if it hits us. Monica Reza disappeared last year. You have William McCasland. He's a retired Air Force general. She confirmed that he is associated with the UFO community. Well, all of our most intelligent people are magically disappearing for reasons we can't explain.
All right, guys, I'm gonna be the one to test this theory and let y'all know how it goes. I'm gonna become the biggest YouTuber on the platform, and then I'm gonna give every person in the world $1 million, and we're gonna go find our own place to live. So, you know, they could do whatever weird stuff they want to do by themselves to each other, and you know, we can go mind our business and live in peace. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to my end goal. I might end up in a McDonald's cheeseburger. You guys might see me as on the dollar menu.
Prosecutors in the David case say Celeste and him were arguing over him speaking to other girls. There's evidence of him Ubering her all the way from Lake Elsinore to Hollywood Hills. She arrives at 10:10 p.m. and then at 10:30 he texts her saying, "Where are you?" Prosecutors say this text is him covering his tracks because he had already. Then the same night at 11:30 p.m., he takes a random trip to Santa Barbara County in the middle of nowhere. They say this trip is him getting rid of her property, such as her passport, which is later found in January 2026 by a worker. They say the day after, on April 24th, he ordered a shovel and Postmates from Home Depot. And on May 1st, he used a fake name to Amazon 2 chainsaws to his house. Then on May 5th, he also Amazoned bag, heavy-duty laundry bags, and a blue inflatable pool. On May 8th at 11:30 p.m., he went back to Santa Barbara County to get rid of more evidence. And he did that again on May 31st. On July 7th, 2025, he ordered a burn cage to his home. They say he her and the inflatable pool in his garage. Small blue plastic fragments were embedded in the victim's remains, matching the inflatable pool. DNA samples taken from the garage matched Celeste. He had a finger that had a tattoo of his name on it. He then put her into his Tesla at some point, where then he lied to all his friends and business associates about the smell of his house. And they also apparently have surveillance video of him moving the Tesla. Truly disturbing.
We might have just found out why David did what he did. So we just got a full list of what David is being charged with, and it's essentially 3 things: having a relationship with someone's life, and for what he did afterwards, trying to cover it up. According to prosecutors, Celeste was last seen on April 23rd, 2025. Get this, just 2 days before David released his debut album. One of the things David is being charged with is for financial gain, and it's believed that right before he dropped his album, Celeste was threatening to go to the cops. The relationship between the two wasn't a complete secret. People were talking about it in Discord servers, and there's even a clip from a live stream where Celeste calls him out.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
But aside from his inner circle, it wasn't really that known until Celeste allegedly threatened to go to the cops and make it public. Prosecutors are suggesting that in an attempt to save his music career, David invited Celeste to his home, her life using a and then tried to cover it up. Now, despite all of these charges and everything we know so far, David has pled not guilty. What's crazy to me is that even if he had just been exposed for the relationship, it would have been a massive scandal. David could have done the time, went to therapy, and maybe would have had a shot at reviving his music career. But now it's turned into something far more serious and permanent, and if David is found guilty, there's really no coming back from it.
There's just like so much wrong with this. There was nothing genuinely good about this, bro. There's no reason why he should be talking to this girl at all. So like, you know, there's no feeling sorry, there's no feeling bad. Like, bro, he's cooked. He's dumb. Yo, he better hope he don't get around no cellmates, bro, because this dude is like 100 pounds soaking wet, bro. They're gonna they're gonna toss him around like a salad.
She made the mistake of publicly criticizing the most powerful female singer of all time, but the retaliation she faced afterward remains a complete mystery. It all started during one of the most well-known shows on television, The Wendy Williams Show. In one episode, host Wendy Williams confidently claimed that Beyonce was secretly jealous of Adele.
Guess who's jealous of Adele? Beyonce.
But Wendy Williams didn't stop there, and that was a huge mistake. She began openly criticizing the singer's appearance, pointing out the visible line between her natural hair and her ponytail. She clearly wanted to bring her down, but she went after Beyonce, the #1 figure in female music worldwide. And just 1 month after those statements, everything changed. Live on air, the host suddenly collapsed on set. The event was so strange that celebrities in the entertainment industry quickly started talking about dementia to explain what had happened to her, but also to justify her condition after that incident. When you look into it, this diagnosis appears everywhere, almost as if people want to force that version of the story, and it starts to feel more and more like an attempt by the industry to discredit the host's voice. And today, many people believe that Wendy Williams became a target for repeatedly going after Beyonce.
Why do you think LeBron hasn't retired? They are coming to collect. Do you really think he wants to be out there playing at 41 years of age? Now, he's playing great. He's playing fucking amazing. I did not think they'd be up 3-1 on the Rockets. And I hope they beat the Rockets. He's been playing great. This last 3 weeks have made me switch my stance. I think he's the GOAT, not Jordan. But you're not the face of the NBA for over 15 years without sacrificing something. Before he was the face, Kobe was the face. Look what happened to Kobe. Before Kobe, it was Jordan. We all know what Jordan had to go through when he took a year off, and we all know what happened to his father. Before Jordan, it was Magic. We all know the humiliation that he had to go through, being exiled from the league, basically sacrificing 4 years of his prime, being clowned on. They're coming to collect. As simple as that. We've seen his chest tattoo. We know who his masters are. Why do you think he was giving such sheepish answers during the All-Star break when they asked him about retirement, saying, "Oh, I just want to live. I just want to be around"? They're coming to collect, sadly.
Oh nah, bro. LeBron is gonna be balling until he's 80, bro. Look at that. Yo, if that thing was looking at me, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm balling until I'm dust.
This man to save his marriage. Khloe Kardashian gave Lamar Odom an ultimatum and said, either you stop smoking or we're getting a divorce. Lamar Odom was like, I love you, but I'm not giving up. Then Lamar Odom travels to Vegas and goes to a brothel. Takes about 12 and you're only supposed to take 1. He has 12 heart attacks and puts himself in a coma. Khloe comes back into the picture and nurses him back to health. He can't speak. He can't really do anything. She puts him in a house. She gives him a caretaker and gives him a private chef. There's even a certain point where he's trying to blow out some candles. He can't do it. She blows it out for him. It's real sad because she's like 1, 2, 3 and he's like and she has to do it. She was even wiping his and boo-boo off of him. And do you know how committed to the role you have to be to let somebody clean boo-boo off of you? But all of that was a lie, or at least some of it was a lie, because you don't know how far he was taking this whole thing. She found out he wasn't really that sick anymore. She came back to the house she put him in and she smelled in the air. She was like, oh, I know what it smells like, and it stink. So I had to tiptoe around the corner and I saw him smoking one of the biggest. Oh, I thought you couldn't talk, Lamar. She said that she him in the face because she was so mad. That bigger than her wedding ring. He was manipulating her to take care of him. He was like, oh, if I play like I'm sick, she gonna be in my life. Watching this Lamar Odom documentary showed me that it's not the Kardashians that are crazy. They just attract crazy men. That's why sometimes it's hard for nice people to live in this world, because once somebody finds out that you're nice, they're going to take advantage of you. And Khloe had to learn the hard way.
Charlie Kirk is spreading across America faster than anyone seems to realize. Since his passing, the AP report that more than 60 Kirk-themed laws have been proposed in over 20 states, and some have already passed. A new law in Kansas will allow students to sue their schools for free speech violations. In Tennessee, a new law will encourage teachers and professors to include the positive impacts of religion in American history courses. And in Louisiana, Republicans have proposed a bill dubbed the Charlie Kirk Success Sequence Act. That measure would require all public schools to teach some of the keys to success, which would include earning a high school diploma, entering the workforce after high school or college, and marrying before having children. But it's not just laws. Not only have Turning Point USA school clubs absolutely exploded to 3,400 in all 50 states, but the actual government administration in these 8 states have all announced partnerships with Turning Point USA to promote these school clubs in every high school in their state. Turning Point has also announced that more state partnerships are on the way. One of the senators who authored one of these Charlie Kirk bills said, "In the last 20 years, I cannot think of anyone that's had the type of impact on our students, our campuses, and in our cities as Charlie Kirk." So the question is, what do you think? Is this restoring free speech and political balance in schools and colleges? Or is it a coordinated push supported by government officials to embed one ideology into a system?
So Gideon just interviewed the lead detective on David's case, and it turns out that he was, in fact, way more girls than just Celeste. David was renting out 2 mansions in very close proximity to each other. One where he was keeping Celeste, who was, and one where he was keeping another girl who was 6 years of age at the time. That girl thankfully survived with probably gobs of hush money on her. And I'll roll you guys this clip, but the detective also confirms that there was literally emails sent to David's management by the school Celeste went to saying, "Hey, we think David might be involved in Celeste's disappearance. Can she come back?" And she popped up in school the next day. Like, this guy is so evil. Here's the clips, guys. Let us know your thoughts. Please just let it go. There's no way to say he's innocent anymore. He's just not a good human. He's the devil.
But it was no secret that she was with him. In fact, the school where she was going wrote his management by email and said, you know, paraphrasing it, there's a rumor that David might be involved in the disappearance of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. If that's true, please make sure she gets home quickly. And she got home. She arrived the next day. And that email was received by his management company, and they did send it to him. I have proof of that. This is not the only girl he was involved with. He's got Celeste at the old house, the one where they did that live stream, and he's got another at the new house.
So everyone is freaking out after discovering that Bluetooth headphones might be microwaving your brain. Bluetooth headphones use something called a GHZ frequency. This frequency is the same frequency used in microwaves, but what makes this even worse is, unlike a microwave where you can walk away, if you're using Bluetooth headphones, the chances are they will be sitting in your ears right next to your brain for hours on end, which, unlike x-rays, is too weak to cause cellular damage, meaning that this was all one big scare.
People are currently very upset at Extra Emily for completely ruining what was supposed to be MrBeast's biggest video of all time. Yeah, I am not kidding. So MrBeast had a plan where he would become the biggest live streamer in the entire world, and the way he was going to do that was by recreating the 50 biggest live streamer in the entire world's live streaming rooms, and then he would appear in every single one of their live streams. He inevitably decided to go through with that plan, so he actually recreated the 50 biggest live streamer in the entire world's live stream rooms. He spent months doing it with a big team behind him, spent probably millions of dollars to do it, recreating all the rooms perfectly, only for Extra Emily, one of the live streamers, to be invited to the event to just completely ruin the entire video. And the way that she did that is when MrBeast finally recreated all their live streaming rooms, he invited them all to the warehouse. They all went live on stream, 50 of the biggest live streamers in the world. Extra Emily's setup, I guess, wasn't working, so she decided to go live on her phone and record stuff behind the scenes. And of course, she had thousands of viewers in her live stream. They all found out that the MrBeast video was being filmed and that all their, setups were fake. So word started to spread. And then everyone, found out that the video that was being recorded for MrBeast and that all their setups were fake. So yeah, she completely ruined MrBeast's entire video. Months of work, thousands if not millions of dollars, just completely down the drain, and it was spoiled for everybody before the video even was released. And I'm curious to know your thoughts about all this.
Many years ago, I named my alter ego Sasha, and it's something that stuck. I feel like Sasha is a big treat for my fans. It's definitely exciting being able to have an excuse to be so over the top.
Sasha is my alter ego. I wouldn't be very entertaining on stage, so Sasha comes out and she's fearless. You know, she can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. Sasha was in full effect.
The deepest part of hell, it's not fire. So what is it? It's cold. And it's freezing. What's crazy, right?
Oh, yeah.
They always said in Dante's Inferno, it's underneath the world.
Yeah.
And it's ice cold. And everything's suffering crisp cold.
I know where you're going with this.
Check this out. What is under all of civilization? Antarctica.
Yeah,
World,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
if you look at the globe, all of the regular civilization is here.
Yep.
Underneath us is Antarctica.
Yeah.
And it's the coldest. Now, they say in the deepest part of hell was all of the beasts and all of the fallen angels that God punished, right?
Wait, so in the ocean or in thing?
In Antarctica. That's where they're trapped. They're frozen.
Oh, they're frozen.
And when the apocalypse comes, that's when they get thawed out, and then that's when you start to see like the Leviathan, the beast, all of the things in Revelation.
Oh my gosh.
So people theorize that the hell they're talking about is Antarctica.
Yes, because why is it so heavily guarded?
The President of the United States, a congresswoman, and a former intelligence official are all saying the exact same thing right now. UFO files are supposed to be coming, and they include things that you would not believe. Okay. So President Trump went on camera just 2 days ago and he basically said that he has personally seen UFO evidence and that it includes, direct quote, things that you wouldn't believe.
They want to find out about the UFOs and anything having to do with UFO or related material, and we're going to be releasing a lot of things from.
So what does that mean? He then said that disclosure is coming very, very soon and that he already signed an executive order back in February forcing every single agency to hand over what they have. Give it to me. But he's actually not even the only one saying this right now, because the chairwoman of the House UFO Task Force just came out of a classified briefing and said that she saw evidence of objects that were not made by mankind. She then demanded 46 classified videos from the Pentagon by April the 14th, and then the Pentagon basically just ghosted her. So that's insane. And then on top of all of that, there's a former intelligence official who testified under oath in front of Congress, and he's saying that the files involve sentient non-human intelligence. That's a sworn government witness saying that on record. It's not a Reddit conspiracy theory. Those UFO files are supposed to be coming soon. Multiple different people have said it, and when they do, I will obviously cover it immediately. Just make sure that you are already adding me and you go ahead and add me now so you don't miss it whenever that comes out.
They always show you who they are. This is Jay-Z's latest photo shoot with GQ. And what do you notice about this photo shoot? Yeah, that's right. He decided to cover up one of his eyes in this photo shoot. And if you know what that represents. And this photo right here looks absolutely demonic in and of itself. You have the red and the black, and then him dressed in all black. This looks absolutely demonic. And I don't know what's going on right here in this photo, but this looks absolutely demonic also. Because, once again, they always show you, as I stated earlier, who they are. Every single time. But it's no surprise with Jay-Z, because let's not forget, he loves to showcase this hand sign right here also. And let's not forget that he has had associations with people like Diddy, and the list goes on. People really need to wake up.
I'm sorry for putting y'all through this so much, bro. Like, even with the demonic symbols, bro's throwing up, his nose is still peeking through it, bro. The jokes write themselves, bro. I don't even need a pencil.
What's that? Oh, they've invented contacts that can now see things that the naked eye can't see, as well as see in the dark. Tell me more. Yeah, what's happening is they're putting the contacts in and they're seeing weird creatures that they can't see with the naked eye, which is freaking them out, so they don't know if they want to release them yet until they can just only see in the dark. That's awesome. The testers of these contacts said that they saw creatures that looked dark and had glowing eyes, as well as long fingers. Okay. The testers said that they could actually see super well in the dark, but what was strange is they could close their eyes and still see through their eyelids, even in the dark. Many of them had to stop testing them because of the things they were seeing and how creeped out they got. One of them also said that one of these dark creatures leaped forward at them and went through their body, they said. I like that.
She tried to go in for a kiss. Travis Scott said, I don't know what type of they got going on, but this whole time, Travis Scott just looked mad uncomfortable. You have Erykah Badu and Travis Scott. Are they there to present the award for Michelle Lamy, wife of famous designer Rick Owens, at the Fashion Trust US 2006 Awards in Los Angeles? She was honored for her impact and designs in the culture. But it seemed all creepy, y'all, because when Erykah Badu was about to speak, y'all, they kissed each other. What type of kinky shit is this? And watching this whole video, watch how she gotta keep her hands on him. You know, he kind of feeling all awkward. And wow, y'all about to see when she try to lean in for the kiss after he get done speaking. Look at this.
Disturbing Facts You Didn't Know, Part 1. In 2007, the mother of rapper Kanye West, Donda West, decided she wanted cosmetic surgery and began searching for a doctor who would perform multiple procedures in one day. Some surgeons had reportedly warned that combining too many procedures could be risky. But eventually, she found a doctor willing to perform them. Donda underwent a tummy tuck, liposuction, and breast reduction during the same operation. At first, everything seemed fine, and she was sent home to recover. But shortly after returning home, she began experiencing severe pain and trouble breathing. Her condition rapidly worsened, and the next day she tragically died, 58 years old. An autopsy later revealed she had underlying heart disease along with complications following the surgery. After the tragedy, the governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger, signed the Donda West law. The law now requires patients to receive a medical clearance exam before elective cosmetic surgery, helping prevent dangerous procedures for people with hidden health risks.
All right, so this guy pointed out something pretty crazy. Check out Diddy before and after, and apparently he's saying that he doesn't have access to his certain friend that provides him with certain things. Yeah, remember this guy? Check this out.
For 2014. Don't think I'm stupid, but what's a blood boy? So when somebody parties too hard or isn't living right, they want a fresh blood in their system, right? I didn't drink, I didn't eat pork, none of that. Diddy saw me and he was like, yo, I got a job for you. He was like, I want that blood. And I was like, whoa. And he drops 10 grand on the table. 10 large. Yeah. He said, I want a pint of your blood right now. So that was a one-off, or you started? No, that was the beginning. I'm a universal donor.
Oh, hell, y'all.
Do I even need to say anything anymore? Like, it's so obvious. This is Travis Scott Heist in the Room album, and this is the Freemasonic tracing board with the ladder up to the sky, to the path to enlightenment. From west to the east, Freemasons call themselves traveling men. They travel from west to east. West is where the sun sets, so this is the sunset. And east is where the sun rises, so it's going from darkness to light. From low consciousness, checkered consciousness, divided consciousness, to unified consciousness. This is why we need to learn symbolism. Symbolism is the most important thing to learn in this world.
He's like, it will never. Jesus. Oh, that one was near and big.
That was getting trained.
That one was near and big. Are we in the way? No. Something come through here? Something comes through. Something's gotta come through. That was here.
North West is probably the most controversial celebrity child, especially after what she recently did involving her father. The rumors surrounding her are disturbing. First, her name, North West, originally came from a joke that turned into reality. But even more shocking, in a nearly impossible to find clip, Kim Kardashian reportedly said she didn't want to give her daughter a last name so she could use it as a brand, and yet she still did. Her daughter has now become a real business strategy. That alone is unsettling. Then there's the fact that in many of her photos, she covers her mouth. It almost looks like she's signaling that she's being silenced, like recently at Coachella. On her TikTok account, you can see her and her friends constantly wearing colored wigs. For her, it's blue, often seen as a strong symbol of control from a young age. And then there's that performance where she deliberately placed that logo behind her. I don't even need to explain what feels off about it, but the most disturbing moment might be this story from Kim Kardashian, where she posted a drawing by her daughter with the caption, "My little artist North." When you actually look at the drawing, anyone can tell something feels wrong. It almost looks like she tried to draw something she saw or experienced. Tell me in the comments what you think about that. You have to understand that the industry doesn't just create stars, it creates characters, fragmented identities, icons designed to influence, not just entertain, but to shape what people admire, follow, and consume. And don't forget, her mother, Kim Kardashian, became famous through a very particular video involving her and her ex. There's still a huge hidden side to uncover before it's too late.
She went to bed at 14 years old, supposedly didn't wake up until she was 46 years old. This is the case of Karolina Olsen. So in February 1876, Karolina is 14 years old. She returns home with a toothache and a swollen face, and her mom just sends her to bed, but she doesn't wake up. Following this, for the next 32 years, she remains bedridden and largely unresponsive. Doctors visited her and they were stumped themselves. Some of them diagnosed her with hysteria or dementia paralytica. In 1892, she was sent to a hospital where she underwent electroconvulsive therapy, which are those electric shocks. She showed no reaction and she was sent home from this. And then in April of 1908, she's 46 years old and she wakes up. She was found by a maid crawling on the floor and asking for her mom, but her mom had 4 years earlier. So with her case, many mysteries and skepticism came about. They were saying that it didn't make sense, that 3 decades in bed and her hair, fingernails, and toenails reportedly stopped growing. And when she woke up, they say she looked closer to 25 than 46. Researchers and skeptics concluded that it's not enough to live on like the diet she was being given, and that was 2 glasses of milk and sugar water per day that was being given to her by her mom. Some people believe that her mom enabled this whole thing, came up with the story, and made her do it kind of like a Gypsy Rose situation. And then another little fact, so her mom died in 1904 and her brother 1907, and then there were reports that candies and stuff would go missing from the house, and she was reportedly heard laughing and crying hysterically from her room, specifically in the months of her brother and mom passing. There's also people who believe she went into a psychogenic state, and it was from that head injury that she had, and that caused her to go into this silken slumber. And with all this, she earned herself the name the Sleeper of Acna.
Warning, women are now being essayed by their own doctors while under anesthesia, and the law has been protecting those doctors and erasing the evidence for them. People were horrified after a Florida woman who went in for cosmetic procedure woke up in her throat, needing to go to another doctor and needing to undergo another surgery to repair her throat as it was so damaged. Haunting details show her own doctor told her to get it came back positive with male DNA inside her, and that woman is alleged.
The fact that they found in my cervix, and I had to have my uvula removed due to the trauma that happened to my throat.
But it gets much darker, as after the police investigated, gathered the evidence to prove this happened, they closed the case anyway, with the woman now saying she has been denied access to her own kit and any record of what happened, despite usually there being multiple doctors even in the operating room, all likely witnessing exactly what the doctor might have done, and they're all staying quiet. Keep in mind, things are still being investigated and nothing has gone to court yet, and as of the recording, the doctor has not made a statement.
New Orleans. People look at this as like a haunted playground. Why do you think that is?
Because it is. It's so powerful here that even the average person will start to pick up that something's different. Above us are quarters. This used to be the big house, which means that there are black bags underneath these bricks. That's everywhere in New Orleans. It's the history of the place.
Do you think this city attracts people that are spiritually reckless?
Yeah, most people don't even understand the value of their own spirit. It's really easy to take from them. There's a reason that there's alcohol available 24/7. There are parties 24/7.
Yeah.
During one Mardi Gras, there's a man on one of these upper floors or whatever, super drunk, railing and splat on the ground, and you can see his ear into the soil.
He gave a spirit?
Directly to the land.
Morbid Facts, Part 963. Just recently, Ed Sheeran revealed he'd been dealing with shingles for about a month, a painful viral infection caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. The outbreak affected his scalp, causing burning nerve pain and blistering rashes severe enough that he shaved his head to manage it. Shingles attacks nerve pathways in the skin, and when it spreads across the scalp, even light contact can cause intense burning. Hair can trap heat, irritate the lesions, and make treatment difficult, so shaving it off helps reduce constant pain and allows medication to be applied directly. While not usually fatal, shingles can leave lasting nerve damage, with some people experiencing chronic pain long after the rash disappears.
Okay? The advantages that he could have is hiring me. The disadvantages is not hiring me. Because, yeah, it's just one of those things where I really want to attack this case. I really, really want to get on it. I see that he's a victim of this girl or society. He's a victim of the public. And, you know, I need to do whatever I can to show that he's not this monster that the prosecutors are painting him as. I was listening to the song 3 times this morning. Like, it's a great song.
Bro, he's talking about people in his song.
It's art. It's art. Just like 50 Cent, Jay-Z. It's all art. And I'm a fan of his art. But he's a...
Bro, I don't know if a lot of y'all know about this dude, but he is the craziest lawyer ever. There are dudes that have done the unthinkable, and he's gotten them out on literally nothing, bro. Like, there was a dude, they had a video of him trying to slime someone out on camera, and this dude got off with parole. How do you get caught on camera? And keep in mind, it was not self-defense. Bro was just doing it for the love of the game. How do you get caught airing someone out on camera, and you get out?
Whoa. Look what we got here, guys. Something's going on here. LeBron James, 23, with the Jordan symbol, right? LeBron's son, number 9, with the Jordan symbol. Look at Jordan. Number 9 and number 23. Something's going on here, guys, and I don't know what this means. What exactly does this mean, guys? Because that's kind of suspicious, I must say. And we all know that Michael Jordan is the great, right? He's the best. That's what people have been saying for years. And people are also saying that LeBron James is the best. So I'm trying to understand why would him and his son want the same number as Michael Jordan? It's just a question. And it's something to think about, guys. Something's going on here with this. And I really don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Straight up. Shh. Shut up. Right in plain sight. I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Clearly, they look up to Jordan because he's the greatest, so they decided to get the same number that he had. That's all what it is, guys. Come on, it's nothing else to it. Yo, I don't know, guys. This is wild. Let me know what you think. I'm out.
Congress officially mandated that by 2027, every single new car has to have cameras that watch your eyes, and your car can literally decide if you're allowed to drive or not. So this is not a bill and it is not a proposal. It was actually already signed into law back in 2021. Every single new car sold in America by 2027 has to have infrared cameras on your steering column.
Every vehicle manufactured is going to have a kill switch in it. The car itself will monitor your driving, and if the car thinks that you're not doing a good job driving, it will disable itself.
They're saying that these cameras would not only just track your eye movement, but also your pupil size and your head position the entire time you're driving. If the camera decides that you're impaired, it can prevent the car from starting, or it can slow you down mid-drive. Hello? The agency that's in charge of this entire thing just told Congress that the technology isn't even ready yet because there has been so many mistakes. Even at 99.9% accuracy of this software, millions of sober drivers would be locked out of their own car every single year. Your car could literally shut you out of it because of sunlight or because you looked away for 1 second. So that's the problem. There is no federal opt-out, and Congress is literally fighting about it right now to decide whether or not they're going to keep it or end it. So the question really is, do you guys want this to be a thing or no?
So David had requested that he be allowed to get a haircut and wear civilian clothes, specifically dress pants and a button-down shirt for his preliminary hearing. The request for a haircut was approved, but the request for him to dress in civilian clothes was denied, meaning that he will have to wear his jumpsuit. Some people may hear this and think, why does it even matter what clothes he's wearing? But this is actually something that defense attorneys ask pretty often, especially in high-profile cases like this. Because in court, appearances can matter a lot. A defendant is supposed to be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty. But when a defendant walks into the courtroom in shackles, in their uniform, or just looking like they are visibly in custody, that can instantly shape how people see them, specifically the jurors. Even if people don't say it out loud, that visual can create bias. Just because somebody is a defense attorney doesn't mean that they are defending their innocence. They are there to ensure that their client gets a fair trial. So asking for their defendant to wear normal clothes is about making sure that the defendant is not being visually presented as already guilty before the evidence is even heard. And there's a lot of high-profile cases that are just like this. We saw something similar in the Brian Kohberger Idaho 4 case. Before he ever pleaded guilty, Kohberger was seen wearing normal clothes, a suit and tie, in some of his court appearances. This judge denied that, but he did approve a separate request for him to receive a haircut before his preliminary hearing.
So new text messages with David and Celeste leaked. So looks like Celeste threatened his music career, saying that she was going to tell the world that he's messing with a young girl if he doesn't cut off all the other younger girls he was messing with outside of her. He said, hey, that can't happen. So he took it upon himself to buy 2 chainsaws to a point of unaliving and then wipe out in a kiddie pool and then proceed to go on tour. Yeah, so how is Blair Burke going to defend David Burke now? How is she going to build a case that David didn't do this if these text messages just freaking leaked? That's that. Case closed. Like, it's over.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite part of the video made you tremble in your boots. And we're going to be out to the next one. Thank you.